So welcome to the instructional video for the new Bailey Autograph 816. I'm going to walk around the outside of the vehicle with you first, and then we'll move on to the inside. So based on a Peugeot cab, you've got the alloy wheels. There's no locking wheel nuts or anything for them. Got the manually folding mirrors that electrically operate from inside. Got two sets of keys. So you've got two engine keys and then two habitation keys. So that's what we're going to supply with you from new. You've got an access point just behind the door, which will allow you to plug into the mains electric. So that end into the vehicle, the other end into the campsite that you're on. And you are supplied from new with a mains cable, so you will be given with one. To put water in the vehicle, you must make sure that the drain valve is in the correct position, which I'll show you inside. And then you're using the whale system. So basically, attach that end to the water supply and this end into the vehicle. So to release it, you lift it up, press the two buttons and pull it out. To put it in, you push in and then pull that little flap down. That locks it in place. So there's a fill button inside that you'll need to press on the control panel, and I'll come back on to show you how to do that once we go inside. Behind that is where you will find the toilet cassette. Now the toilet cassette can only be removed once the blade valve is in the correct position. So what we need to remove it is we need to lift it up and then we need to slide it out. Yeah. So with it out, you lift it out. You've got a screw cap that you undo to empty it. You'll turn the spout around, lift it up, press the circular button at the top, and that will allow you to empty that cassette. If you want to clean it, you are advised to shake it sort of flat rather than up and down, so you don't damage the actual float inside. We've got the handle that pulls out the top and your wheels, which are at the bottom. Once you've cleaned it out and you're ready to reinstall it, you push it back in and then you make sure that the orange handle goes over that little lip just there. Then you can close it and lock it up using the key that's provided. Back of that, you've got the Alde heating vent. So this is the flue for the heating system. Now it does get warm, so just be careful. Don't hang anything on there. And then underneath that, so directly below that, we've got your grey water. So this is your wastewater. Anything that goes down the sink, this is from the shower, it literally just comes out the bottom there. There's a little cap that goes on and off when you want to, when you finish draining it, and you just turn that valve on the front here. Yeah. If you forget, water will simply just come out from the wastewater when you're using the vehicle. Behind that, we've got the door with the retaining little bracket, and then we've got access to underneath here. We've got lights on here that turn on once you put your 12-volt power on inside, but you've got a full through locker there. The back of the vehicle is fitted from factory with a reversing camera high up, just up here, and then you've got the pre-mounted bike racks just there. Generally Fiamma bike racks are what we would recommend if you're putting them on the back. Passenger side, again, you've got another locker, some little indications to tell you about lubricating the doors. And in here we've got the box which came with the awning pole, and again I'll send you a separate video. Tyre inflation kit is in the little yellow box, and the mains cable, as I mentioned, you do have a mains cable. Again, there is a light with a switch to turn on in that area just there. Forward of that, we've got an opening vent here. So this is for a mains output, so exterior mains out of the vehicle, and an aerial connection if you wanted to connect to a site aerial rather than using the aerial on the roof. In front of that, we've got the fridge vents, and again we can see the aerial just up there, which I'll come on to inside. Forward of that, there's another lift up flap which will give you your external barbecue point. So that's your isolator, is the little yellow valve, and then you've got your little adapter and the little red cap that moves off when you're wanting to use an external barbecue point. That is seated next to the gas compartment. So you've got your regulator fitted up here. The vehicle is supplied with a pigtail. You will need to get gas. Now Bailey's generally advise that you fit 6 kilograms in here. And also in here we've got the AdBlue filler neck. We've got your camera box that came with the vehicle. Yeah, the ties go around the bottles and secure it nice and neat, and then you've got your spanner there for tightening up. So that's your gas locker. Again, it will lift up and secure, and it is clearly marked on the outside with LPG. Above the habitation door, we've got an awning light, so this is controlled from the main control panel, and we've got a Thule Omnister awning. I'll send you a separate video of how to use the awning, and that will cover that separately on the link. Further forward of the habitation door, we've got the diesel filler point and the AdBlue point. Now your AdBlue is generally 15 litres, so it is advisable that you carry one of these with you, just in case you run out and you need to top it up. Underneath the driver's seat is where you will find the toolkit, so that is located just there. We've got the engine battery under this compartment. We've got your front compartment just there. The top one is a heated compartment for those eagle-eyed ones. There's a QR code and a number there. That's the chassis number for you, of the build number from Baylor. So if you need to get any parts using Prima's website, you can use that number on there. And we've got the passenger airbag. You've got electric window switches and a bonnet release catch, so pull that down, that will open the bonnet. The side windows are fitted with the Remis cab windows, so these blinds close up in an evening and then gently back and in. I say it's like a sort of an S shape, so gently in, and then these ones just pinch together, so pinch these two little bits here and then slide across, and they'll go around the centre bit from either side and screen off that front cab area. The key with those is nice and gently do it, and it won't cause any issues. Under the Peugeot badge in the middle, you'll find that there's a little lever point here, and that will allow you to open up the bonnet. We've got the positive point underneath this little cap here. We've got the negative point just in the middle. We've got your oil and your dipstick, your stay for holding it up, and on the left hand side we've got your screen wash. Gently close it and that will shut off that area for you. So that's the outside of the vehicle gone through. Let's move on inside. So the habitation door will open off your remote, or you can open it manually. Again, it tells you on here open and lock, so you turn the key that direction. The door as well does have a fly screen, does have a bin, and hiding just behind here is a blind, so that will cover all them items. Stepping into the vehicle then, you will be met with your main control panel above here. So you can see in the top corner we're plugged into mains, as you've seen from the beginning of the video, and there's an indicator telling us there that we are plugged in. Press the power button and it will tell you what's happening. So let me just do it again. So it tells you master off, master on. So it'll give you instructions. So this is saying that the waste tank's empty, telling us to press this little button. Yeah, so waste tank nearly full, press the button. Yeah, so if it's nearly full we can empty it down. Yeah, now there's a time in there that you can go into the settings and change, or you can use these up and down buttons. So what they're doing then is going through the tank fill. So I mentioned about the tank fill. If you want to do that, you press the button and it will say fill in tank. Press it again and it will tell you to fill the tank. So that's like on off, if you will. Go down, it will tell you your battery selections. And again, if you want to go into that, then you can go down. So that's telling us what our waste level is, telling us what our freshwater level is, telling us what our external temperature is, and it's telling us what our internal temperature is. This is telling us what ampage is being drawn from the leisure battery, and this tells us what voltage is in the leisure battery and the vehicle battery. And then back to the beginning. To turn on your water, you'll press the pump button. To turn on the lights, you'll press the buttons that you're on. And again, it's going to tell you what you're doing. Awning light on, awning light off. Yeah, so it's going to explain to you as you go along what you're doing. Now what you want to do first of all is you want to find your fresh water and make sure that your bung in the fresh water is closed. Now you can find that underneath here. So you lift it up, we'll show you where the area is. Unscrew the cap, and at the bottom of the tank you'll find there's a bung. So if I'll just leave that there, generally on a chain. So that needs to go into the little hole that you see there. Once you put that in, you'll be able to fill up your fresh water, and that will allow you then to use the water within the vehicle. Yeah, and that can be found in that centre compartment. Now once you know you've got that in the right position and you've filled up your fresh water, you'll want to come to your boiler. Your boiler's located in this back area here. For those that are interested, this one here is your wastewater, so if you want to put any solution in to empty it, then you can do that. You just lift it up and it will come out. But the boiler's located underneath this seat here. So we're going to move the seats and show you where that is. And here's where you'll find it. So if you lift up this section here, this is where the boiler is. And now what you must do to fill up the boiler is have the little yellow toggle valve that's in picture located the same way as it is now. So in the horizontal position. It doesn't matter if it's pointing to the back or to the front. If you've got it in that position, yeah, then you'll be able to fill up the boiler. So you'll be able to go to your control panel. You'll be able to press the pump button. You'll be able to turn the tap to hot and pull the water through the system. If this button is up, like so, you will not get any hot water coming through. All you will simply do is get water coming from your fresh tank into your boiler, through to that valve and outside the boiler. So that's got to be in the horizontal position for use and the vertical position for empty. Yeah. Now once we've done that, we're sorted and we can start putting water in the vehicle. You'll see that on each of the taps they're clearly marked, so you'll pull the tap towards the hop. In the bathroom area, again, they're all marked on the top, and they're also marked on that one as well, hot and cold. So pull it through on all the systems, yeah? That will allow you then to go to your Alder control and get hot water on. Your toilet, so when it is full, there will be an indicator on there. Now I've just emptied it prior to this, but I've left the light on to show you. You press the blue button for flush, and once you've emptied it, what will happen is the valve at the front, yeah, once you open it, you'll see that light's gone off because it's now telling us that it's empty. Yeah, you'll lift the toilet up, do what you need to do, press the flush button, and then pull that valve towards the front. When it's at the front, it will allow you to pull it out, and when it is full up, you'll see that indicator will come on there. You've got a toilet roll holder, your Alder heating vent in here, you've got your sink plugs, your tie down strap, so make sure that that's secured for onward travel. You've got your towel hanging rail. You've also got in here a toothbrush holder, some chemicals supplied from Thetford, an opening window, so to open these you pull all of the three stays, lift it up, and then you'll tighten these rams on either side, and that will hold your window ajar. Loosen them and the window will come back in, just like so. You'll then pull your blind down, or your fly screen down, and your blind up to give you security. The light switch is just located up here. It's just on a pull cord, and that will turn on and off as you want to use it. We've also got some towel or dressing gown hooks just up there, and the same just in this area here. So when we've got the water all filled up, we've put power to the vehicle, we'll want to come to the control panel. Now this is the Alder heating control, and it's a new control panel. But first of all, it tells us that we're plugged into mains, and it will give us a setting of what we want the temperature to be, yeah? So between 30 or off, yeah? So you could go all the way onto that, and it will turn it all the way down to 5 degrees. Yeah, obviously if you want it warm, you'll need it setting. Press the menu again, and this will give you some different options. So night mode, day mode, delay start, extended starts. Press it again and it will give you your main function page. So we want to start by pressing the energy. So this is how we're trying to do the hot water and the heating. So do we want it to be on electric? And you've got 1, 2 and 3 kilowatts. Obviously 3 kilowatts, you'll need to just be aware of the campsite's capability. Or you've got gas. So press it, it'll illuminate. Press it again and it will go off. Same with the electric, yeah? So if we left it on that, it would have been 1 kilowatt. Yeah. We can then return pressing the back button there. What do we want to do? So do we want the hot water on or do we want it off? So if you want it off, you press it off. If you want it on, you press it on. And if you want to boost it, so give it a quick boost, then you press it again and it will go to boost. So 30 minutes of boost is left, yeah? So it'll stay on for 30 minutes, then it will go off. Yeah, but if you don't want it on, turn it off. So pretty straightforward. So you've got your water, your temperature, and the fuel source that you're trying to do it with. So easy to get your head around. The best bit of advice I can give you is turn the unit off before you unplug electric and turn off your gas. Yeah. Now we've got several light switches around the vehicle. So that one next to the door will do this one. We've got the 2 light switches under here which will do high and low level counters. 2 main sockets. We've got a microwave. Now this will only work on mains electric, so just bear that in mind. It will not work if you aren't plugged into mains. The plug incidentally is just up here. Handbooks and manuals, storage compartments just in there, and they open just by pressing them little buttons down. Yeah, and they will move off there. We've got the oven and the grill. So the oven on the top, or the hobs on the top, have 3 gas and 1 electric induction. Yeah, they're all marked on the side, so they've got little marks at 12 o'clock that tell you that they're turned off. The oven is the bottom here. Yeah, you've got your igniter here, and then you've got your grill on this side. Your grill, please always use it with the door open. Your oven, obviously, light it, make sure it's lit, and then close it as you would do normally using an oven. Underneath it, you've got your isolation valves just there, and there's a little diagram here to tell you what position they should be in. They'll all be in a working position when you collect the vehicle. One little bit of advice is heed the warning there. Don't put it down on naked flame. Don't even put it down if you've had it on for a bit. Let it cool down before you shut this lid. Yeah. Up there you've got a little press stud which will keep this up and stop it from falling down as well. But would always advise you to travel with that in the down position. The cupboards themselves here, they just pinch again to open them. Yeah. So you've got a storage drawer there, you've got a drawer here, and then you've got another one here. They're all soft close, so give them the chance and they will close nice and neatly for you, just like so. You've got another heater, so that's where your heat will come out. The other heat will come out from behind the seats, around the vehicle, and those several little points and ventilations that you'll see they're going to come out of. The blinds and the fly screens all work the same way. The fly screens come down, the blinds go up. To release it, just press the button. And these all work the same way as the bathroom. So open the valves and then lock that in place. These little lights, just press the button on and press it off, and how they illuminate. We've got a point for a TV in the front. Your socket's just up there, and the lights just above there, we'll turn that one off and on. Seat belts for 6, so 2, 4, your driver and your passengers 6. You've got your reverse camera that will come out of the middle area. Also got radio, media and nav. You've got air conditioning, you've got hill descent, traction hazard light and a lock button. That'll just lock all the doors. You've got 6-speed manual gearbox. The stalk at the bottom is cruise control to the top, speed limiter to the bottom and off in the middle. you've got at the top one your lights and your indicators. On this one, you've got your windscreen wipers and a trip counter at the end. Here, we've got the lock button again, electric window switches and your mirror switches for all 4 mirrors on this one. And we've got your steering wheel controls as well. Yeah, both seats will swivel round. To swivel them, you've got to release the little bar here. Yeah, so pull that back to you and it will swivel round. Just on the driver's seat, you'll have to just watch the bulkhead and handbrake. And on here, you'll just have to watch the seat catching on, but you do have a bar that pulls it forward and backwards to allow you for it to move out the way. And on the inside or the outer side of the seat, you've got height adjusters to the front and the back, and then you've got your reclining option just there. Low down here is where you will find your fan. So you've got a blower, turn that on, it will just turn a fan on to blow it around, and we've got your main socket just there. We've got storage under the seats. Now my advice with this is always remove the seat bases before you lift them up. So just like so, otherwise all you'll do is you'll just damage the hinges. So we've got storage underneath here, yeah, for your belongings. Under this compartment in the floor is where you will find the leisure battery. So that's where it's located for those that want to know. Want to change it, it's located under that section just there. Now the table in the middle is fully removable. It does hook on. You'll need to lift it up and then lift it out. Yeah. Now to formulate it for the bed after, we'll have to hinge that bar, and that will allow us to put it on the tracks for making the bed. We've also got in the corner here a twin USB point, and we've got a heater switch for the freshwater heater. So if you're using it in the cold, that's the switch. Circle is off and one is on. In the middle here is where you will find the main control unit. On the top, just here, we've got your main RCD breakers, and to the far right hand side we've got a little button, little oval button. That's your test button. So if you don't think you're getting power to it, just press that button and it will drop down if you're hooked up to mains. If it doesn't, there's a problem with the source of electric coming into it, so check the site. Lower down are your fuses, and they're all nice and neatly labelled for you, so you know what fuse is for what. So to make the bed while we're here, you'll slide onto these little runners, the folding table. So that's the first stage. Put the table on the runners, and then you'll need to get your infill cushion. And then we've got our makeup bed underneath. So what you do is you take one of the bottom cushions, it doesn't matter which side, put that in the middle, and you'll use this little infill just to take out that lump there. And then you've got this cushion here, which has a mark on the end. It just says that particular code there, and that is for the makeup bed underneath. Yeah. To drop down the bed, you'll need to press this button in and then pull the lever down. You'll need to make sure that you unclip it, and generally this bed is quite heavy, so I always generally recommend that someone's on this side of the bed and then someone on the other side, and you do it jointly together if you can. And there you go with the bed down. That button needs to be pressed all the way in. I will show you on collection as well. Just releases the pins. With that bed down, and you've got your safety nets that go into the little clips at the top, and you will also find the ladders to gain access are nice and neatly stored away on the back of your wardrobe door. Yeah, so you can put your bedding on your pillars, so that is possible for you to do that as well. And when you finish, you just press that button and push it up. Also in this area, you've got another twin USB point. You've got a carbon monoxide and a smoke alarm just up there. We've got an extending table, so this lifts up, and then to get it back down, all you must do is you must pull both of these down, yeah, and then lock it in place. It will clip in place just there. Into here you've got, as I showed you, your ladders. You've also got your aldehyde reservoir So this will run, you'll see just the level there, just below the minimum. It's where you want it to run. Yeah, and it will expand with heat. You've got your table there that you use in the rear as a standing table for your dining. Just clips away nice and neat there. The roof light above, press the button in, open it up. You've got a fly screen and a blind that's on there. Yeah, so you can do it either way. Above this cupboard here, we've got a storage space. We've got a slide that will just unclip here and then screen off and magnetise onto there. So that will screen off that rear lounge area from the front company. Yeah, slide it back on nice and neat, and then there's a little press stud that will just go back on and hold it in place. With another fan here, so if you want to circulate the fan, there's another button there. Underneath this area here, you can lift it up. You've got a little storage compartment. Yeah, so you can also put your table in there if you want to do that for storing away, and that's the table at the front, so you can store both of them away. The lights turn on with a little switch at the side, just there. These back two also have USB points in as well for those that want to charge, and there's a little shelf for it to charge there. We've got storage there. We've got the cupboard that opens here with the long bar that you just press, and we've got your solar regulator up there. Not really much you need to do, but there is also a fuse that if it's not working, I would be advised to check. We've got the buttons here, which does the ambient lighting around the back, and we've got a 12-volt mains and an aerial point if you want to put a TV in the rear. The back opening roof light, again pull it down, it will open it up, and again we've got a blind and a fly screen. The windows are all the same as the previous windows that I'm showing you, with the blinds, fly screens coming down and the blinds coming up. So they're exactly the same. They lock together, they just pinch and then push the button and then press it back up. We have got on the right hand side a storage area, so again we can gain access to that. Vehicle does come with carpets as well, that's where you'll find them stored. And then you've got the bed. So the bed just gently does it, pull it out, and it will come all the way to the bottom. Yeah. And then with this one, you'll make it in a couple of stages. So we've got your two bases. Turn your back rest over, and then the middle one has got a small infill. Again, you can't get them mixed up, or you could, but there is a sticker to tell you that is the one that's going into the back, but it is also slightly longer. So all you would do to put it back is just lift up those, slide the seats back, put the backrest on, and that's how you would make it up. And then we're back up together for our living area space. Yeah. Now the fridge, to turn the fridge on and off, you'll use this centre button here. So press it on and it will start to illuminate the LCD control. Short press will allow you to go into the menu. So we can either have it on automatic, 12 volt manually, so when the engine's running. It will only work when the engine's running. Gas, as that option is then, or mains electric. If you press it, it will change, yeah? So you decide. To get out of that, you go to the arrow and press it back. Then we want to go, do we want it as the lowest temperature or the coldest temperature? Sorry, the hottest or the coldest? Yeah, so again, select it, and away you go. Yeah. Now, obviously we've got no gas, so it's not going to work. So if we go on to auto, press auto, select it, see how it automatically changes. Those that were quickly watching them will have seen that automatically change over, because it'll select the strongest source. Yeah. Now to gain access into here, you can open the freezer from both sides. You can open the fridge from both sides. Yeah. To turn it off, you press and hold, and the unit beeps and tells you that it's turned off. So pretty straightforward again. Everything I am telling you is in the manual. Underneath here we've got a little bit of storage space, but just be careful of the cables in that area there. So on exiting the vehicle, what we'll need to do is press the main master switch off. Again, it tells you that it's off, yeah? So on or off, yeah? Once it's off, unless you've turned the awning light on, then you'll need to turn that off. But then effectively, you are ready to leave the vehicle. If you want to lock the door manually, so press that button in to open it up. It'll be 2 presses and then the door will open up. But that concludes our instructional handover video for the Bailey Autograph 816. I hope you find our video useful. Please subscribe and like our YouTube channel. We look forward to your feedbacks and comments, but most importantly, we hope you enjoy your new motorhome. Thank you.